What's good, guys? Welcome back to Behind the Dugouts, and I hope you are keeping well. And the Premier League is back. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, Sunday afternoon at the Bridge. And I, like many Chelsea fans, are going into this fixture, this season, super positive and feeling like we can do something special. The lads look sharp, the chemistry is building game after game, and we look ready to go to war. Now, before I get into the match preview, team selection of what Maresca might go with for the opening game, if you are enjoying this content, please smash up that like button. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your season prediction. And if you are new around here, hit that like button. Join us on the journey. Join me and Chelsea through this next season. Let's see what we can accomplish together. Now that that's all out the way, let's get into it. Palace. What can we expect from Palace? Now, we know they've got a couple of stars in their team in the likes of Mateta, clinical goal scorer, top striker. Just behind him, we've got Eze. Still there at the moment, obviously hasn't made a move. There's been rumours across pretty much every top team looking at Eze, but for the moment he is at Palace, and we know what these two players can offer. And they have come off a pretty good season, FA Cup win, getting into the Europa League, although they obviously have been knocked out down into the Conference League due to the multi-club model, but we're not going to get into the politics of that. I do feel sorry for them. I think they deserve to be in the Europa League, but that's for another time. So they are definitely going to cause us some problems. They are a good team. They've just beaten Liverpool in the Community Shield, so they're coming off a bit of a high. Good season, high. Getting and kicking off the new season with a win against the Premier League champions from last season is a good way to start your season off. So they're going to come in with a lot of confidence, and they're going to come in and try and play their football, but they're not coming into any old ground. They're coming to the Bridge. They're coming to the home of the world champions, and Chelsea. This is the time to set the tone. There is a lot of positivity, not just at the fan base, but looking on the outside, and other fans are looking at Chelsea thinking they're going to be a real threat next season or this season. And they would be right. We are going to be a threat, and they should be worried. And we have the opportunity to set that tone on Sunday against Crystal Palace and go into this fixture and just prove what everyone is fearing. What better way to do it than to get those 3 points and to start the league off? And it's going to come down to the team selection and how Maresca is going to approach this game. And we're going to get into that right now. Right. First preview of the season. I am so excited to get this started. Now, apart from Levi Colwill, who picked up his ACL last week, he's the only sort of fresh injury news that we have had. Obviously quite serious, and gutted that he's going to be out for the majority of the season. We know Badiashile is still going to be out till September. Romeo Lavia and Fofana are both in training. Fofana could make the squad for Sunday. I don't think he'll be a starter, but he could be on the bench. Lavia, I think they'll err on the side of caution. He's still struggling with his injuries, so they're going to try and wrap him up to try and get him fit and back into the squad. And now that we've got Andre Santos and Dario Suga, who both look sharp and look good, I don't think there's going to be a rush to push Lavia back, even though he is, quite an influential player, especially in Maresca's team. But other than that, everybody else seems fit. Everybody else is sharp and ready to go. So I'm expecting every other name to be on that team sheet. So starting with the goalkeeper. Of course, it is going to be Robert Sanchez. And I'm not going to say much on this situation. We can talk about getting a new goalkeeper all we want, but I have to praise Sanchez. He has done really well the back end of the season. He did have a very good Club World Cup. All I want is him to, maintain that form and do exactly the same as he's been doing in recent times and all the recent fixtures. Even in the preseason game against AC Milan, he was looking good there. He was looking sharp. Just maintain that form and he will be solid in this fixture. Moving into the back line, we have to have El Capitano, Reece James, right back. He's looking good, man. He's looking good. That AC Milan game, he's just... When we've got Reece James in our team, we just look like a better team. His dead ball deliveries, his crossing, Just his set piece play is unreal. And he has the ability to score a goal. We've seen it time after time of Reece just rocketing balls into the back of the net. He just makes us tick better. And I'm hoping he can maintain his fitness and not pick up any more injuries through the course of the season. If he can stay fit, we have a very, very good chance of doing something really special. Alongside him in the two centre-back roles will be Tosun, I think, and Chalobah. Both players, again, sort of had a bit of a redemption arc at the back end of the season. Chalobah's always been one of those players as Mr. Reliable. He comes in, he does the job, doesn't really make many mistakes. But I feel like he's elevated his game a little bit since coming back from the Palace loan, the back end of the season into the Club World Cup. He's showing a bit more leadership. He's showing a lot more confidence. And it shows in his football. He's doing really well. And I think the partnership between him and Tosun, there's good chemistry between these two players. And that is the one thing that I would say is definitely building game after game in this squad. It is the chemistry, the bond between the players. There is a good cohesion in this squad at the moment. And it's only going to elevate our game to the next level if we have a solid unit. Alongside them in the left-back role, of course, is the best left-back in the world, and that is Marc Cucurella. I'm hoping he's going to have the same season as he did, or an even better season than last season. And what's good about going into this season is that we do have cover for Cucurella, and Joro Hato does look like a quality player. So we shouldn't see any burnout, hopefully, from Cucurella, and we can avoid him picking up any injuries because he is going to be a vital player and is a vital player in how this team ticks along. Midfield pivot, Enzo and Moises Caicedo. Two very important players for this squad, for Maresca's system. Caicedo's engine, his ability to break up play, spray balls. He is just an absolute machine. One of the best, if not the best, central defensive midfielder in the world right now. Alongside him with Enzo, again, found some really good form towards the back end of the season. Was picking up goals, was picking up assists, and he was, continuing that form in the Club World Cup too. Game against AC Milan, he looked a little bit leggy, but he also didn't play in the previous fixture. I expect that to be gone now after having this week of training. I think he's going to come back in and be as sharp as ever. Hopefully doing the same sort of role, or arriving in the box late to get your chances on the edge of the box, spraying those, switching passes from left to right and just dictating the play. And obviously we have Chelsea's player of the season in Moises Caicedo just behind him to mop up anything that comes on the counter-attack. And just in front of them, playing in that cam role, the number 10, and hopefully what looks to be back to his best is Cole Palmer. Had a great Club World Cup, got those all-important goals in the final, looking sharp, played really well in the two pre-season fixtures, and hopefully going into this season, he's going to revert back to type, back to the Cole Palmer we saw under Pochettino and in the beginning half of Maresca's first season. He is an influential player for us. He is our star boy, and we need him firing on all cylinders if we want to go to the next level, if we want to go on and win more trophies, take the Premier League, take the Champions League again. He is going to be the focal point, the player that ticks us and gets us over that line. Now, moving on to the right wing. This was a tough one. You got the likes of Pedro Neto and Esteval both vying for that number 1 spot on the right-hand side, both players looking sharp. But I think Maresca is going to go with Pedro Neto in this fixture. Esteval, yes, we're all excited. We all have seen the potential of what he's going to bring to the squad. For an 18-year-old, he looks brilliant. The decision-making that he has at his young age, he looks like he's going to be a star. But I also don't want to forget the fact of what Pedro Neto did in the Club World Cup. And I know Cole Palmer got player of the tournament, but I think for us, over the whole tournament, Pedro Neto was our standout player from game 1 all the way to the final. And he showed and continued that form in pre-seasons. He got the assist for João Pedro's goal against AC Milan. He looks sharp and he's playing with this fire he just looks like a completely different player, a much better player than we saw last season. And I think Enzo Maresca is going to reward him and show him faith in what he did in the Club World Cup and how he's elevated his game. And I do think he is going to produce a really good performance against Crystal Palace and tear up that right hand side, which I believe is the side of Tyreek Mitchell. On the left hand side, I've gone with Jamie Gittins. At the moment, our only left winger bar Tyreek George. You can say that there could be an opportunity to have Estevan on the right and Pedro Neto on the left, but I think Maresca is going to go with Gittins to have that balance. Gittins also understands Maresca's way of playing in terms of how he wants to keep control of the ball. He is that 1v1 winger, so he knows he's going to attack the wing, and he has looked good in some areas. Definitely some areas he needs to sharpen up on, but that will come with time. That will come with playing more games, but he does look good. And I think to have that overall balance of the squad, Gittins would make the best and most sense to play with Pedro Neto out on the right-hand side. Now up front, both strikers are looking good. Both strikers have gotten on the score sheet in pre-season and scored goals in the Club World Cup. But for me, there is one name that has to be on this team sheet as our starting striker, and that is João Pedro. He's come in to this club and he has hit the ground, not just hit the ground running, he's absolutely smashed the ground. What he did in the Club World Cup after coming off the beach on his holiday to produce the level of performance that he did and was a pivotal part of us winning the Club World Cup. And he's just kicked right back off in pre-season, scoring against AC Milan. He just looks like anything he's going to touch is going to turn to gold. And let's be honest, if we are going to produce the same amount of chances to our strikers that we did for Nicholas Jackson last season, I have a much more confident feeling that João Pedro is going to put a lot more of those chances away, as well as Liam Delap. I think he will put a lot more of the wasted chances that we did last season in the back of the net. I'm confident in these two strikers. I'm happy with these two strikers. But for me, João Pedro is the guy that's going to take us to the next level and is going to push us to go on and keep winning, and to have Liam Delap as his deputy behind him. It's the competition between those two is just, they're going to relish in it. They're going to expand. They're going to, improve their game just by the fact that they're fighting with each other for this number one spot, knowing that if they have a poor game, someone's going to be breathing on their neck and taking their place, and that will hopefully bring out the best in both of these players. But that is my starting 11. This is what I think Maresca is going to go with. But drop a comment below. Let me know if there's anyone in this squad that you would like to see that hasn't made it into this starting 11. Just drop a comment below. But look, regardless of what team Maresca goes with, what starting 11 he picks for this fixture for Crystal Palace, I feel like we are going to be too strong for them regardless. I'm confident in the team. I'm confident that we are going to win this fixture. I feel we are going to win 3-1 in this game. I do think we will concede, but in terms of our attacking threat, I think we will be too dominant for Crystal Palace, and I don't think they're going to handle our attackers. And overall, I feel like it's going to be a solid performance, and we are going to bag those 3 points, get the first win under our belt at Stamford Bridge, and the fans are going to be buzzing. I want everyone to be as electric as they can if you are going to be at the Bridge on Sunday. But for now, guys, that is all from me. If you are enjoying this content, please hit that like button. But for now, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.